Hey friends and nail fam, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I've never done one of these videos, so this should be interesting. So there has been tons of controversy about one particular collection recently dropped by Holo Taco, and incidentally, I've swatched it and the collection that it was compared to. So if you enjoy live swatches, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and let's just jump right in. I decided to re-swatch both collections using KB Shimmer's Feelin' Groovy instead of either one of their base coats because I wanted something that was a neutral party. And we're just gonna talk while you watch me swatch. So I enjoyed Holo Taco's Underglow collection. However, I'm also a nail nobody. I'm just a nail polish enthusiast enjoying my best nail polish life and having a great time. So that kind of disqualifies me from being a professional nail influencer, professional swatcher, professional nail videographer, or whatever everybody else is doing. So I'll just tell you all what I did when I swatched, and I'm pretty sure I said it already in the live swatch video. In the live swatch video, I just used Holo Taco's Rich Filling base coat in like the pink version, and I let it dry. Then, once it was dry, I applied a thin coat of Holo Taco polish on that first coat because I already know Holo Taco can be a little bit thicker than some of my other polishes. I'm assuming that that's because it's made by an actual nail artist enthusiast too. So certain things like how well it self levels make a huge difference. And I don't think I've run into anyone who likes runny polishes, which incidentally is why I don't do dollar store polishes even now, because I have tried some in the last 10 years and let's just say I don't complain about stuff. I just don't ever do it again. So after applying a first thin coat, I went ahead and let that dry too, because I have found every single time I get ahead of myself, and you can watch my channel and see plenty of times where I have pulled up polish where it has not self-leveled, and every single time I will guarantee I didn't let it dry on that first coat. I just went right back in thinking that I could, and it did not work out. So first step, base coat. Second step, let it dry. Third step, thin first coat. And fourth step is after that first coat has dried, which it will dry quicker if it's a thin coat, then you can go ahead in with your second coat. And even then, I still wouldn't let there be too much polish on the brush. I would still do a relatively medium to thin coat. And this time on the second coat, I tend to try to float my polishes and let it just glide on naturally. I don't drag. Um, that's probably a thing because I have been burned so many times by not letting my nail polish dry. And then I go in trying for that second thin coat, and I absolutely end up with some patchiness every single time I do that. So when I have presence of mind and take my time, I try to just let it glide on and move it around so that I can make sure that I'm getting as close to my cuticles as I dare without having to clean up. And that's pretty much it. So 2 coats was just fine for me for Holo Taco. Now, we will talk about the Aqua Aurora collection, which was not one of my favorites, and that's because I did need 3 coats for almost every polish to reach the opacity that I wanted. And I wasn't super happy about that. That was more than likely on me because if you go to that video, I don't know if I'm going to link it or not. It's not one of my favorite videos, but um, I wore a peel off base coat and it was just not the same canvas as a ridge feeling base coat is. So I wasn't nearly as fond of how it applied, and I ended up needing 3 coats in some cases. I really could have gone for a 4th, which didn't paint the best picture. So I am going to choose to have a silver lining about this whole thing. I'm just me, a nail enthusiast, nail nobody, doing stuff the best way I can, and I enjoyed the collection. I didn't have any problems, and I think that that was just attributed to the fact that I let my nail polish dry and I did thin coats. I know that not every polish is going to require that of you, and there will be some times when you can get away with it. Goodness knows there are times where I've just went in without it drying at all and applied a second coat, and it turned out okay. I will not say that that was the case with Holo Taco, but there have been times when I've been able to get away with it, but I will be honest and tell you that 90% of the time that does not work. At least not for me. And maybe it's because I'm heavy handed. I don't know. But I hope that my method helps you a little bit. If it doesn't, remember that I'm nobody special and definitely not a professional nail artist. So, this is the comparison of all of them together on my fingers. I still feel like I didn't totally get the opacity I wanted with some of my Aqua Auroras. Could have went for another coat. And I did find out that it was that pink base that was making Swan Song look so kind of lavender, cool, pinkish. So I did find out some things, and I hope that this video helps someone out there. And I appreciate you for watching. If you're part of my nail fam, I'm sending out virtual hugs. Please let me know how you, as a nail enthusiast, found the formula. I want to hear it because there's been a lot. And don't forget to be kind to yourself and to each other.